All right. Is Laura here? Laura, are you there?
I am. I've got my Halloween mug because it's not Halloween. Happy
Oh,
not Halloween.
happy Java. Whatever
Happy
happy Java is.
Java. Mm,
Hmm. This brief morning conversation I have to tell
brief.
you about is about strange things that I think we have witnessed in the past couple of days.
Yeah.
Didn't you say you had a strange thing happen in your neck of the woods in
I
Michigan?
did. Yes, in Michigan. I don't know if you remember from previous programs, but I had a nice bluebird nest going on. And then one morning the eggs were just gone. No sign of struggle or egg yolk or anything.
Mm-hmm.
No muddy paw prints on the box.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought, what the heck's that? So then a few days later, the wrens moved in, the house wrens, and they took over the nest box. They built their nest on top. And I reached my hand in a few days later to see what was going on in there. And the mama wren was still in the nest. So she got startled, and so did I. She flew out, and I felt that there were, I think, 2 eggs in there. And so now there's a lot of action going on. So mystery, was it the wrens who kidnapped the bluebird eggs?
Interesting to see how they can pick up an egg with their little feet.
And not leave any mess whatsoever. Nothing, no clues. Very strange.
That is very strange. Yeah,
But
so there's some weird things going on. Like,
yeah.
even with our birds, it seems like they've already nested, fledged, and are gone. We have some house finches that I wish I'd have recorded that were actually over at the feeder, and the parents are teaching you how to feed and all of that stuff. And then, of course, now we got baby bunnies that we have to, keep the cats from trying to get out because they want those bunnies so badly. And so
yes,
we're
they do.
Trying to make sure that the bunnies grow up and get the heck out of my yard. I love you guys, but and if not, I try to keep contact with the wildlife center people. So if anybody has any questions about wildlife, I'll leave my email at the end of this. In Virginia, and in particular Central Virginia, I can't help you if you're out in the Eastern Shore. So it's June 6th, and this is the weekend, the first weekend of the month or the year that we do the breeding bird count.
Right.
And paste. So the breeding bird count, we decided to do it yesterday, Friday, because my territory to count birds that are having their babies. All of this information is compiled for the state, and we do this every year. And my territory is the James River. Okay, and that's from Lynchburg down to, I don't know, 8 miles, Mount Athos. Nobody's really not going to know what that's all about, but it's a long way. And so it's a long day. So we get early, the long way on that long day, and we put in Lynchburg. Well, I want to share with you some weird things.
Okay.
First off, we have an eagle's nest that we pay attention to both summer and winter to see what's up with the eagles, and it's on an island in the James River. And these guys have been there for a while, at least 7 years. I want to say at least 7 years I've been doing this. And so last summer, we had some rains in the spring that scoured out the James, and it hit that particular island. And so the island is getting smaller, and their nest was in a huge sycamore tree. And in fact, one time we stopped and I found the egg of the baby. It was cool, bigger than my hand.
That's cool. Yeah.
And we saw, taking pictures of the fledgling, who was, kind of fluffy, feathered kind of thing.
They're so dorky.
Having that crazy hairdo. But we got to it this time, and the nest is down.
Ooh.
And so I was going to share these pictures. Hopefully this will
Yeah.
work for you guys.
And
Really.
that's a pretty big nest. I mean, the eagles have pretty substantial nests, and they're tough. So
Yeah. Well, on the upside, let me see. Can you see that?
yeah.
Okay. If I'm sharing this with you, I don't think anybody will see us during this juncture. It'll be just the video or the
Okay.
PowerPoint. So I'm just going to go through it real quick. Back it up, back it up, back it up. I'll start with the worst. Okay, so none of these
Ooh.
pictures are any good. Just point it out. It's impossible for me to take pictures in a canoe bouncing up and
Yeah.
down.
That's pretty challenging. Yeah.
And my zoom lens is like 350 millimeters. So the birds are always just out beyond my range. So what I
Little
start
stick.
doing is when I see a bird, I'll start taking pictures because I know once they see me, take off. So by golly, here's the eagle sitting in a smaller tree. And I don't think he's paying attention to me at this juncture because we're pretty far away. And I keep trying to get closer to him. Nah, that's still blurry. But it is a sycamore tree. But I did take a picture of the downed tree right there.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah. So on the left, it's slid into the river. On the right
Yeah.
was the nest. Okay. So
I hope that eagle had flood insurance.
I don't know. I mean, I kept looking. How far away from this would they build another one? That's the other half of the tree.
That's a good question. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Okay, so they're not even in there, and that part of the tree is a lot smaller.
Wow.
Or I should say, maybe that's a separate tree, but it's right next to it. So
Right.
So they're not nesting on that island now.
Wow.
So that was really strange. After all these years, not sure he's still hanging around. I'm not sure what was hanging. I mean, other than looking for food. Okay, so then as we're floating down the stream, and we did get some prothonotary warbler. Woohoo!
Yay!
They like sycamores too. And in the middle of the James, this huge thing in the middle here that you see is swimming upstream. And we had rain the night before, so we had a pretty good current going on. We're going downstream pretty quick, and that thing is going upstream against the current pretty quick.
Wow.
And we're like, what the heck is that? And we thought it was a mammal because it was above water the entire time.
Could it be Nessie?
That's what I thought we should call it.
Right.
We're trying to paddle now upstream and get close to it. All right, that's as close as I could get before I decided I don't do anymore.
That thing is weird. Talk about stranger things. That is very strange. What do you think it is?
Well, at first I thought, could it be like a sea turtle? Because it looked like a huge body.
Yeah.
And there's the eyeball. I don't know. Is my pointer showing everything?
Yeah.
So you see my pointer moving around?
Yep. So that's the eyeball. Wow.
And I think that's the mouth. And it's kind of got a big wide head. Okay.
That is crazy.
And it's above water. Now, I don't see any fur on that, so it can't be a mammal. And then I thought, is it a turtle or, I don't know. But I think now, after looking at that might be a snakehead.
That's just crazy. I'm going to try to do some research and figure that one out.
Well, okay, so after that, this is not the best of pictures, but we got a great picture. I have a great picture of the frog, but I'm doing this really quickly. This is a snake that was going up a bank. After I got a great picture of a pickerel frog, and then we hear this noise that sounds like somebody walking in squishy shoes, like
Squidward.
Yes. And I think that's when he was trying to get that frog in his mouth as he was going up the bank, because we were going down, so I guess he thought we were predators. So here's this black snake going up the bank with a frog in its mouth.
Are they kissing?
I don't have any kids with me to say that.
No. Okay. So I thought I would do it.
Totally eating.
Wow.
So,
Everybody needs a good breakfast.
yeah, that was pretty weird.
Wow.
Well, so snakeheads were introduced. I think they were in a pond in Maryland. I think somebody was keeping them as like, I don't know if they're from Asia. And they're huge. I'm sorry, not very pretty fish. Okay, I know anglers like
Not a pretty face, yeah.
that one was spooky, and David wanted to go after that, and I'm like, I don't want to get any closer. I have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
Don't want to get closer.
Yeah, good thinking. That was a
And
good picture,
so,
though.
well, no. As close as I wanted to get to it, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I did see some pictures that look similar, and so whoever had it back in 2004, 2002 or something, I remember hearing about snakeheads being released somehow into the Potomac River, which is near Washington, D.C., and that the Game and Inland Fishery authorities were concerned that they would take over, as an invasive species, take over for the bass, the big
yes.
predatory fish. And so I believe that they want to try to remove them from the streams. And then just 2018, one was put into a museum at Virginia Beach that was found in the James River. So we do know that snakeheads were seen, even though the James River dumps into the Chesapeake Bay down there. But it was huge. I mean, it was huge. I don't know even want to get in that water with that thing.
Well, I don't know much about the snakeheads. Are they, I mean, except that they're a threat to, the local populations of certain fish. But are they dangerous to humans? That seems like a dumb question, but
I don't know.
That's me. I ask the dumb questions. I'm out there.
Let me tell you.
You're welcome.
If I'm in a tube, I don't think I want to be.
Right. I guess it doesn't really matter if they're dangerous or not. They're just scary. Not to admire from afar.
Yeah. Right. So anyway,
well, we have. Yeah, that's very strange. Thank you for sharing your strange nature stuff.
Oh, sure. Anytime. Nature can be strange, but that was one of my strangest.
Yes.
So I know we're making this a very brief Java.
We're trying. I think we're doing really well so far.
And I'm going to go ahead and let you go since now the birds are catching my attention.
Yes.
Next time, do you want to talk about reptiles?
Yes, I love those reptiles. So yeah, let's do a little digging into some reptilian stuff next time. Yeah.
That's kind of why I went with the snake one, because they are out now. It's getting warm, and obviously
it's officially warm.
Officially warm. So
even here in Michigan, there's not a frost freeze for the next 2 weeks. Frost freeze warning or whatever the heck. Yeah, so it's good times. All right, thank you, Miss Kathie.
Okay, there's my strange story. Next time you start out with your reptiles in Michigan, and we'll end with your reptiles in Michigan.
Challenge accepted.
All right,
until then, have a Java-rific day, everybody.